What's the purpose of the standardization of interprocess communication?
Well, the main purpose of the standardization of the interprocess communication is to change a paradigm. So far, management systems have focused mainly on the people. All the leadership literature and manufacturing systems theory focus on the people. Yeah. What we do is we change the paradigm and we start focusing upon the interaction among people. So trying to create a common language so that process owners, which is the role that people in organizations are going to have, start interacting and exchanging in a standardized way certain amount of information.
Okay, so how does this impact our view on organizations?
By developing one standard, which is going to be called the CPD-NA, by developing a common language of communication, what we are able to create under the organizational network paradigm is a network of people. The organization will be understood as a network of people that exchange information in a certain standardized way. So we start understanding organizations as networks that interchange their information with a certain continuous improvement oriented standard called CPD-NA.
Well, and how does the CPD-NA standard work in detail?
Well, it's pretty straightforward, but it breaks down a couple paradigms that have been going on lately. The first step is the check in which we have a certain process KPI. All right. Yeah. So we have a current state of the KPI measuring the process. Then we go, and this is the first C. Then we go to the plan, and then we describe the current state of the value stream. I stressed again the current state. After that, we create some sort of priorities where we understand the value structure or the waste structure within the value stream. We acknowledge top one waste creating issue, and then this top one creating issue will be analyzed. So we have the value stream, the current state, we have the prioritization, and we have the analysis. After that, we create one sort of action. This will be the P. Then we have the do, in which we create an action. We define an action to be performed upon the process. This will be the D. And after performing this action, we will see if the KPI is getting better or worse. If it's getting better, we sort of standardize that. So we repeat the CPD algorithm until we get to our standard, in which the best way of understanding the process is gotten designed. So there are a couple issues here. As I said, we focus upon first Kaizen, or continuous improvement. Right? This is our fuel to roll the cycle. And then second, we have the rock solid current state understanding of the value stream. So what we don't do is to define some sort of future states that are written nowhere and will not acknowledge the complexity of this network. We will state again that if we would only see this relationship, it would be okay to define a future state. But as we are understanding the organization as a network, future states are not going to help us couple with the complexity of the network.
Well, all right. And how does CPD-NA basic standardization impacts manufacturing operational performance?
Well, that's sort of the core of what we're trying to explain here, is that out of this network, we can have two KPIs defined in the network, which are the average path length, which is the number of steps that we need to get from node A to node B in average. And we want, of course, to get information as fast as possible, so the average path length should be as small as possible. And we also have the clustering coefficient, which is sort of the cluster that forms around the value streams, and we want that cluster to be as high as possible. If we have these two conditions, we can define one KPI described in the network, which is W, that is describing the small worldness of the network. So if W is very similar to 0, then we have a small world network. What we have, and what we have found in some empirical studies, is that if this is W, and this is the zero value of W, and we have manufacturing operational performance, the curve sort of like behaves like this. By increasing connectivity, our network will be becoming more small world network. So the highest learning rate of our organizational network will be when the values of W are close to 0. This means that we want to deliver or create an organizational network that has a structure that delivers a small world structure. And this is the impact. So we can steer our organizational network towards this state in order to get maximum learning rates. And this is the benefit, or one of the benefits of the standardization through CPDNA.
Okay. Thank you.